Hey, what's up guys, it's Demise YT, and we are going to go through the multiplayer patch notes for the 10/30/2018 update to Black Ops 4. We're just going to go through the patch notes, just read it all, read all the changes and everything for you guys. So if you guys want to know all the details, you can. I will also leave a link to the patch notes that I'm reading off of. It also includes the Blackout and Zombies patch notes as well. So if you guys want to check those out, you can in the link below. So first off, we got multiplayer playlist updates, feature playlists. So they added gun game plays added to the feature playlist. No parties allowed, which is awesome. I like gun game. I'll play some gun game. They added a mercenary deathmatch mosh pit playlist added to the feature category. TDM and kill confirmed. No parties allowed. So another mercenary deathmatch mosh pit. They added control, I think it was, or capture mosh pit mercenary. As well, where you can have parties, so that's cool. Chaos Domination was added, playlist to feature category, 3-second captures, 150-point rounds, and a 6v6. So Chaos Domination, just like Chaos TDM. Cool. Hardcore TDM, hardcore kill confirmed, player count increased to 6v6, 2 specialists limited per team. So if you're a hardcore player and you're looking for more players to whether get camos or just, slay out, that's good for you. Got an extra person there. Changes to the assault rifles. We're dialing back some previous buffs to assault rifles to help close the gap in effectiveness between ARs and SMGs, allowing SMGs to be more effective at firing on the move. Slight reduction to ADS, move speed for all assault rifles. Slight reduction to ADS and transition speed for all assault rifles. Okay, so the ICR 7, reduced headshot damage and slightly reduction to reload speed. That's not a huge nerf. The ISR is pretty overpowered from what I've seen. Everybody uses it. It is a very good gun. The reduced to headshot damage, I agree. It's pretty easy to get headshots with a gun. But the overall damage didn't decrease. But that I do know because I did scan over the patch notes. So I do know that they changed some stuff to the attachments too, which will probably also help nerf it a little bit. I did play a game with it earlier. It's still very stable with grip 2 on it. You can still shred someone from a distance, so I think they might have nerfed it a little bit, but still kept it one of the better ARs in my opinion. The Vapor XKG reduced close range headshot damage. Damage now falls off sooner. High caliber reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possible of a 3-hit kill. I didn't ever have problems with people using the Vapor, or didn't think it was too overpowered when I used it either. So I'm kind of surprised that they made the damage fall off more and reduced close range headshot damage. Maybe there was a problem there that I just wasn't aware of. Submachine guns. Mobility is primary strength of SMGs, speeding across the map to engage or disengage quickly. Some of the close-range SMGs were performing quite well, while others struggled to compete with the rest of the category. This week's Balancing Pass levels the playing field between SMGs. Alright. Okay. The MX9 extended all damage ranges. Alright, that's a pretty big buff. High caliber, reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possible of a 4-hit kill. Okay, so you can't 4-hit kill with MX9. The Cordite extended all damage ranges. Again, a big buff. Belt feed operator mod, increased overheat rate. Okay, I have not used the operator mod for the Cordite, so I don't know about that. The GKS, one of the more powerful submachine guns in my opinion. It is very good at distance. One of the, I'd say in all of Call of Duty, is probably the submachine gun that can shoot the farthest with a consistency. GKS quad shot operator mod, slight time increase in between bursts. So that's it. GKS is staying the same. You can still shoot a very far distance with it. In my opinion, I think the GKS and the Maddox need to switch stats. The Maddox, I think, runs more like an SMG, and you can't really shoot at a distance, where the GKS, you can shoot at a distance, and it acts more like a rifle, in my opinion. The SOG 9mm dual-wield operator mod, reduced hip-fire accuracy. So a lot of people complained about this. I think it was more a PC thing than it was a PS4 thing, in my opinion, because I don't really ever see anybody running around with the dual-wield operator mod in PS4. I see people with diamond SMGs and gold SOGs and everything like that, and it's just single, and I prefer it just being the single SOG as well. I think having no aim in, you know, takes you down a notch, especially when you're not in those close range maps. So I don't know. I think it kind of just took the operator mod altogether. I don't think it will be used anymore, in my opinion. I definitely won't use it. Tactical rifles, we buffed the ABR to be more competitive with the other tactical rifles while stepping down its operator mod to keep it from becoming a crutch attachment. The Swordfish received some attachment adjustments as well. Okay, so the ABR was terrible in my opinion, so this is a good buff. Extended maximum damage range. Okay, repeater operator mod now takes longer to accelerate fire rate. Okay, I've never used the operator mod for the ABR. Stock, slight reduction in movement speed bonus. Laser sight and laser sight 2 improved hip fire accuracy. Okay. Swordfish, high caliber reduced headshot multiplier, eliminating the possibility of 3-hit kill. Okay. Pentaburst operator mod reduced extra granted clip size. All right. Again, Swordfish. It was an all right weapon. Not bad. Definitely still wouldn't use it over any of the ARs. Sniper rifles. The other sniper rifles needed help to fight King Paladin. I agree. The Paladin is very overpowered. I loved it though. We've given these rifles reduced idle sway and upping their damage to help finish off wounded targets more consistently. Remove turn sway when aiming down sights on all sniper rifles to better ensure the weapon reticle stays centered when turning. Okay. The Paladin, high caliber 2, hitting the lower torso on a full TAC 5 boosted enemy will no longer be a one-hit kill. Alright, so basically the Paladin can get hit markers now, lower body, when on full TAC 5 boosted enemy. I agree with this. The sniper rifles, especially the Paladin, it's pretty insane the time of kill on this game, and just to be able to just slide down with the Paladin and just one shot basically all the time. But it was fun to use as a sniper, so I used a little bit of the sniper earlier. I did get a hit marker when I shot someone in the toe, which should be expected, but other than that, I didn't really see a difference. You know, just aim high, aim chest above, and it should do exactly the same thing in my opinion. The Outlaw improved base damage from 110 to 130, so it's still not a one-shot, one-kill. Maybe with high cal though. Reduced idle sway, increased base movement speed, and stock slight increase in ADS movement speed bonus. Okay, so maybe the Outlaw might be I don't think it will be a one-shot kill with high cal, because that would probably be overpowered above the head, just because it's not a bolt. It's a, you can just sit aimed in and just click and click. But I don't know. We'll see. The SDM increased clip size from 10 to 12 and reduced idle sway. Okay, so that's about it. The SDM I didn't like. I tried to get it gold and gave up after like 3 games, but maybe I'll go back in and see if the changes helped any. The Koshka improved damage from 120 to 140, so that's 10 off of a one-shot, one-kill. Stock slight increase in ADS movement speed. So maybe Koshka with high cal now will do enough damage to compete with the Paladin. Light machine guns. Some in the community have discovered that the Titan and VKM750 are extremely effective weapons. We're toning them down before everyone jumps on the bandwagon, while they'll still be scary to face off against. Players will now have a more reasonable chance to defend themselves against these LMGs. Okay, I've not dipped into the LMGs really that much. Not really a huge LMG guy, but I did not like it when you ran into that lobby with 2 or 3 LMG people just around corners and doorways just spraying. So Titan reduced headshot damage, reduced hip fire accuracy, and stock reduced ADS movement speed bonus. The VKM 750 reduced movement speed while firing, reduced damage slightly. Fat barrel operator mod reduced bullet tracer size. The Hades crossbar operator mod reduced movement speed and accuracy. Steady gripped, improved recoil mitigation. All right. Pistols, slight reduction to ADS and transition speed for all pistols. The RK7 Garrison, slightly increased to the time between bursts and slightly reduction to reload speed. So the RK7 might be a good a better weapon than it was before with that. A slight increase to the time between bursts. Might have to go check that out. We know in Black Ops 3, the RK5 was a very good weapon. It could, in close range, it could outdo pretty much every SMG if you hit your shots. So might be going back to that. Shotguns. This weapon class is close to where we want it, with only a couple of specific attachments performance better than intended. Shotguns in Black Ops 4 play a different role than in the past Call of Duty titles, and those who have practiced cat and mouse gameplay can be highly effective with them. So I have the MOG 12 Gold. It is a very fun gun to use. It is a very overpowered gun to use, especially with choked barrel. It reminds me of the KSG from Black Ops 2. But with that said, it's worse on this game, because if you gave someone the KSG and Black Ops 4 with the time to kill to be so low, it would be unstoppable. It's basically what they kind of did with the MOG 12 with choke barrel, because it's pretty bad when just the normal MOG 12 you can sometimes get 2 shots off before someone can kill you because of the time of kill being so high. So when you give that MOG 12 a choked barrel where it's almost always one shot, one kill, and it's one shot, one kill from way longer than the range than it should be, it was pretty overpowered. So MOG 12, choked barrel, 1-hit kill, range reduced. All right, good. But it's still 1-hit kill at normal ranges. So it's still probably pretty overpowered. I've not got a chance to use it yet since the update, but I'm definitely gonna. I already have a class made with Elo, quick draw, choke barrel, and long barrel. All on, so I will jump in probably after I get done recording this and try that out. Dragon's Breath Operator Mod resolved an issue where the Dragon's Breath occasionally triggered incorrect visuals and sound effects on targets. I didn't ever use the Operator Mod. I didn't need it or want to waste the space from other things. The SJ12 Strobe Light Operator Mod addressed an issue with the strobe light where it would remain on after death. I've not experienced this, but that sounds bad. Live update coming soon to reduce the range at which the strobe light interferes with enemy aim. That's a good idea. The strobe light is a very weird thing that they decided to do. Did not see that coming. When I found out about it, I was like, this is kind of ridiculous. But I'm glad that they are addressing that. Attachments on all weapons. Okay, so this is where I was talking about how I read that a lot of the attachments did get changed. Grip 2 reduced 88 flinch mitigation. So that might tone down the ICR a little bit, because that Grip 2 on the ICR was pretty intense. Suppressor reduced damage fall-off ranges. So Suppressor might be better now to use to put on your guns. It says reduce the damage fall-off ranges, so might be good. Holographic Sight Optic reduced ADS recoil. Cool. Do Zoom Optic reduced ADS recoil. Recon Optic reduced ADS recoil. Elo Optic slightly increased ADS recoil, which is fair. I mean, there's not the holographic, dual zoom, and recon optic. I mean, in my opinion, why use them? The Elo is a very good sight, and with how small most of the maps are in this game, you're more in close range battles than you are in long range battles, and putting the Elo on there with a little spray control works just fine. So maybe that'll tear into people and make them use the other sights. Specialist changes. Ajax. Oop, this is the big one. We're providing more strategic options to counteract ballistic shield and to help ensure the shield isn't activated too often in the same game. Okay, good. Explosives now apply partial damage to the front of a deployed ballistic shield user. Ballistic shield now takes longer to earn. So ballistic shield now takes longer to earn. That's good. Won't be seeing it as consistently, and there can be applied explosive damage to the shield user from the front of the shield, which is good. I think so. I do not think that you should be able to use the battery's cluster grenade and throw it down, and that just eliminates the Ajax shield. That's a little bit intense, as the battery is an R1 ability where you can throw pretty consistently, and the Ajax shield is, the alt, the L1R1. So I don't think it should be a instant explosion explosive to kill that shield, but a couple of them makes sense. Nomad. We want to encourage Nomad to work more closely with his K9 unit to maximize effectiveness. Okay, reduce K9 unit health by 10%. So I know a lot of people did not like the K9 unit. Me specifically, I never had a problem with it. I got killed with it, but not a lot. And if you just shot it, it died. I mean, I would have I have people complaining about it, killing them over and over again, and I don't think I've ever got killed by K9 unit twice in one life. So in my opinion, I didn't really have a problem with it. If I got killed with it once, the next time I saw it, I just shot at it and it usually died. But I do know that there was a complaint in the community about it, so a 10% reduction might settle that hatred towards it. I do not know what they mean by when we want to encourage Nomad to work more closely with his K9 unit to maximize effectiveness. So I don't know if they have plans in the future for that or not, but we'll see. Crash, while we're happy that our support specialist is so popular, he was a bit too effective as a score streak farmer. Reduce teammate use pack score event from 50 to 25%. Okay. All right. I didn't realize that was a thing, but makes sense. Firebreak. Firebreak needed work. Purifier has been restored to its former glory. Okay. Increase Purifier flame damage to be a guaranteed eventual kill against a player who doesn't have Tactical Mask equipped. But nothing about what's it called? The R1 ability that makes you ball up and turn into that. I think that thing is better than, or it was better than the regular Purifier. I think the bend down and be able to tear people's HP up and make them not heal, and you could do it through walls, should have been the L1, and the way the Purifier was should have been the R. In my opinion, switch them up, because being able to sit in a corner on an objective like hardpoint, Dom, or anything like that, control, and just be able to just tear everybody up even through multiple walls, it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion. Maybe have a damage fall off in between walls, or effective fall off in between walls in my opinion, for that, but we'll see. I do think the Purifier was underrated though, so seeing that it got buffed is a good thing, but maybe not a good thing when you combine both of those. Maybe the Purifier is now overpowered with the R1 being overpowered. So maybe the Firebreak is one to try out now if you haven't. Recon. Intelligence wins wars, and Recon is living proof. We have intelligence that Recon's intelligence is too good. Okay, so we're reclassifying some of its sources. Reduce Sensor Dart duration. Fair enough. Okay, the Sensor Dart is a very, very good ability. Resolved an issue where voiceover would incorrectly state that the player's Sensor Dart was destroyed. Didn't know that was an issue, but good. I'm glad they fixed it. Torque. Many in the community have embraced Torque with an investive playstyles, though he's still struggling on a broader scale. We bolstered the effectiveness of his barricade to ensure he stays relevant and team compositions. I don't agree with this. Increased earn rate for barricade, increased hit points for barricade, addressed an issue that prevented TACCOM from telling the player that the barricade was taking damage. I don't think the barricade needed a buff. I don't think it needed a nerf necessarily, but leaving it alone would have been, in my opinion, a better choice than increasing the earn rate for the barricade and increasing the hit points for the barricade. My opinion, that's a little too much, but we'll see how it plays out. Profit Simpets needed an upgrade to stand a chance of competing with the rest of the specialists. I agree. It was very underwhelming. Greatly increased Tempest projectile speed. Good. Because the projectile speed was so slow, you would have to, if you were sniping range, you would have to lead it a lot. Slightly increased Tempest chain distance. Okay. Resolved an issue where being hit by an explosive charge would disable the Tempest charge, preventing further arcing. Didn't know that was a thing. Spawns. Ooh, spawns was a huge thing in this game. As someone who runs 5-mans usually consistently, hearing that the spawns are being fixed is, kind of a downer, because we spawn trap a lot and spawn kill a lot, which I know probably a lot of people don't like, but, we're farming XP and we're in a 5-man, but it is broken. It is very broken. It was way too easy to spawn kill, way too easy to spawn trap. It definitely needed a fix. So in Team Deathmatch, tune spawn logic around how enemies impact where the game chooses to respawn the player. Spawn adjusted made for slums, summit, militia, and firing range. That's on Team Deathmatch. Domination, spawn adjustments made for icebreaker, contraband, hacienda, payload, gridlock, slums, summit, militia, jungle, and firing range. Okay, so mostly all of the maps, I think. Hardpoint, tune spawn logic tuning around how the active hardpoint affects nearby spawns. This should provide more predictable spawns when battling over an active hardpoint. Okay. Additional global spawn adjustments to improve the ability for a player to anchor a location for their team's respawns relative to an anchor hardpoint. Okay, so anchoring is more effective now. I didn't really think anchoring wasn't effective usually. Sometimes you would get those times where you would be way back anchoring and they would still spawn next to you, but that was only on a few maps, so maybe they tuned that out. Spawn adjustments made for frequency and seaside free-for-all. Spawn adjustments made for frequency and seaside. That's for hardpoint. Free-for-all, spawn adjustments made for slums, summit, militia, and firing range. Have not played any free-for-all. Used to grind free-for-all in Black Ops 2, but I have not played any now, so maybe spawns were bad in those maps. Control, spawn adjustments made for slums, summit, militia, and firing range. Okay. Gear, stim shot, increased time to fully heal the player. Okay, so stim shot got a little bit of a nerf. Armor, resolved an issue where armor protected from more damage than intended when hitting areas of the body that have damage multipliers such as head or upper chest. This primarily affects weapons with chest modifiers such as sniper rifles or weapons with high caliber too. All right, so I noticed this. I noticed this a lot when someone was running armor. If I would put my reticle on their head and I would shoot, it would seem like they took no damage or very little damage for a headshot. So I noticed that. I asked that question multiple times on my stream. If anyone else noticed the fact that headshots did nothing when people had armor on. So they fixed that. Acoustic sensor. Reduce the range at which sprinting enemies are detected. Okay, so sprinting enemies no longer get detected at such a range. Okay. Acoustic sensor is a very powerful perk. We're getting into perks now. Engineer, extraction, helicopter, and heist will no longer be highlighted by the engineer perk. Okay. Score streaks, mantis. Resolved an issue where the mantis could be destroyed by touching the out of bounds area of the map. All right, good. I don't use mantis, but I think I heard that from a teammate on Icebreaker. Dart, increased explosion radius and damage. Players can now use a second dart when earning 2 dart score streaks. Okay, I used the dart for a couple of games and it was very underwhelming. You would basically could only kill one person with it unless the people were very close together, then you could get a double kill. Strike team, prevented strike team kills from contributing towards owner's kills without dying medals. Okay. Gameplay. Let me take a drink of water. Gameplay. Reduced ranges required for long shot medals for assault rifles, tactical rifles, submachine guns, and light machine guns. Okay, so long shots are easier to get. Kind of sucks for everybody that's already got diamond stuff. Resolved an issue where the hard stop challenge could reset before reaching 300. Okay, resolved an issue where the marksman mastery challenge would not give 10,000 XP upon completion. Resolved an issue where destroying friendly score streaks would award score. Players can no longer crouch or go prone while performing a gesture. Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Game modes. Maybe that was the thing that glitched out people. There's a glitch going around with the gestures. My friends have experienced it a lot, where if you gesture and did the wrong thing, it would completely just screw up your screen and your game, and you'd have to reset the whole thing. Game modes. Increased XP earn rate and heist. Good. I like a good heist. Increased amount of XP earned per kill and free-for-all. Resolved an issue where hardcore wins were not counted toward challenges. That sucks for hardcore players. Resolved an issue in free-for-all where recon players could receive Vision Pulse assist score. Silent plant options in custom games should now make planting and defusing bombs completely silent. Okay. We're getting into maps. Icebreaker, adjusted cover pieces to discourage players from spawn camping. Added cover to the lower respawn side. Yes, so I noticed this because I played Icebreaker just a few games ago. They took away some of the head glitches on exiting spawns, and they did add a cover to a lower spawn side. But it honestly plays so much different now. Without that head glitch spawn there, yes, it is discouraging players from spawn camping, but it also is allowing them to get killed a lot easier while trying to escape spawns. For the B side, for instance, on Icebreaker, There's no longer that head glitch there to protect you, so there was a long corridor kind of funnel right there that if they're head glitching on the B side that they have, it's very easy to just pick people off now. So I don't know, we'll see how that plays out. Slums are just cover pieces to discourage players from spawn camping. I didn't see what spawn. I just played like 2 games of Slums. I actually just dropped a 70-5 gameplay on Slums that might actually be the background, what's playing in the background of this audio. But I didn't really notice what they changed there. I missed that. Miscellaneous, several map fixes to address exploits that allow players to leave the intended play space. Yeah, I heard that was an issue. And then we're getting into theater mode. Theater files recorded before this update will no longer be viewable due to significant architectural changes to the system. As noted in our previous major update, we will make effort to keep instances of incompatibility to a minimum. Add a watermark in the HUD that only displays when in theater mode. Okay, added a watermark to theater mode. Why this change? We'll often see players posting videos recorded from theater mode as a demonstration of poor hit detection or other issues that appear to be incorrect. While theater represents what happened in a match in general sense, it does not reflect with 100% accuracy all of the details as they were experienced live. Live recording gameplay footage is a more accurate method for reporting behavior in the game that is not performing as expected. With this change, we can better identify theater clips when reviewing community videos and therefore filter them out for the more accurate live recording clips. Okay, I understand why they did that now. Just trying to, feed out all the trolls and complainers that are just complaining about stuff that they see in theater mode when in reality that's not actually what was going on. Audio, resolved issues that cause footsteps to sound muffled when they shouldn't be. Alright, and that's it. That's all the multiplayer stuff. There's a lot of blackout change, or not as many blackout changes. There's blackout changes, zombie changes, and then general. Let's go through the general. Again, the link is down below to this if you want to follow along with me, now too late, or see the rest of the changes. So general, social players can now invite players who are online but not in the game to their in-game party. Okay, so help people from getting spammed, I'm guessing. Miscellaneous, resolve an issue where particular weapon camos would overlap weapon optics. Resolve multiple issues with paint shops now showing up in game. Resolve an issue where your gun rack would show up when expecting other players, and resolve an issue where emblems for other players would appear in lower resolution than expected in social menu. General stability fixes and performance improvements across multiplayer, blackout, and zombies. Good. We do not want 20 hertz servers anymore, please. I think the servers have gotten fixed now everywhere. I think they're up to 64, I believe, or 60, which is good. Because, man, could you shoot people around corners. Anyways, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, do that. If you want to like this video, do that. If you want to comment down below what changes you wanted to see, what changes you're excited to see. I do want to see your guys' opinions on everything, because I don't use every gun. I don't use every specialist, so there's problems and issues on places that I'm not aware of. So I want to see what everyone thinks about this update and what they changed. If you want to follow me on Twitter or my Twitch, I usually stream every single night on Twitch. So if you want to see me play games with the boys and drop some kills, then you can do that as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.